the parish president's remarks and report. Mr. Jewell.
Thank you, Chairman. All right. Really quickly, we'll just start with the Destrehan 2 pump station update. So obviously, you know, we have 2 projects. One is kind of in the phase where it's starting to wrap up, and this other one is just beginning. Both are designed to get more flow to this pump station, which services an area of the parish that has been heavily hit by flooding on multiple occasions. It's underway, and sea level construction is currently digging out the area where the auto bar screen cleaners will go. So if you're looking at on the left-hand side there, where that temporary sheet piling is, will be additional bar screens, and that area was previously just a dirt berm essentially that did not allow water to go into the sump. At this station, we have 2 72-inch pumps and 3 48-inch pumps. I believe that's correct. And the goal of this project is to get these 72-inch pumps working in a much more efficient capacity. Right now, because those 72-inch pumps are, and that's 6 foot, so if you guys are trying to figure out that diameter, whenever those pumps turn on, the canal actually drops so fast that the pumps have to turn themselves off before they cavitate and maybe damage themselves. So the goal of this project is to keep that water feeding this pump station so that we can to run those 72-inch pumps more efficiently and get that water out as fast as possible. That's the name of the game when we're talking about pumping water and getting it out of the watershed. Additionally, it's not just about the actual inlet of the sump. We'll go back just go back, Sam. It's about widening or deepening and widening the sump around that station. So that pool of water that sits around the pump station, it's about digging that out and getting a little bit more capacity in there. Let's see. And again, this project is going to be complemented by the Dunleith. We're going to call it the de-bottleneck now, Walter, the de-bottleneck project, where we have widened the canal to allow more water to flow to it. That's what you're seeing here. On the left-hand side was the temporary cofferdam that Walter knows also all too well. The good news is that if you look on the right-hand side, that cofferdam has been removed from the canal, so there is no more obstruction in the canal. They do still have to do some reshaping of the canal, complete some of the sheet piling where they'll be widening the canal and putting the steel cap on top. Once that's done, all of the temporary sheet pile will be removed and they will dress up around the area. And then there is one spot that Councilman Pile talked to me about on the other side, and Miles is working on a solution for that side. Going over on the West Bank, the Willowdale turn lane is going out to bid on Tuesday. Bidding opens again tomorrow for the construction for the long-awaited right turn lane from northbound Willowdale Boulevard to eastbound U.S. Highway 90. Very similar to what we looked at doing on, or what we did at the end of Lakewood. This is another area where in the mornings and the evenings traffic does stack up. A lot of people want to turn right and have the right of way to do so, but they cannot because of the width of the road. So this is a rather small project, but we did put it out to bid, and we're excited to put this street in alignment with our goals to increase connectivity and reduce increase connectivity and increase our traffic flow throughout the parish. Going over to Paul Maillard Road, that's how you say it. So we took this picture today. Obviously, not the prettiest day to take a picture, but the sidewalks are done on the northbound side of the project. They've laid down some sod to dress up. There is still 1 or 2 spots where we are working on a conflict with a pipeline and AT&T and Entergy, I believe, and so that will still have to take place on that side. But again, they've moved over now to the southbound side. This doesn't change our traffic flow. The traffic flow is still northbound only on the street, And again, this project runs from Blueberry Hill to Angus Drive. So now they will be on the southbound side, covering the ditches, adding sidewalks, and getting this project in line with complete streets. And I'm thinking probably around August, September is when we'll be really close to being done. It was a 400-day contract on this project. Over back to the East Bank, we have the water storage replacement project. This is a part of that project that I mentioned last week in my reports. So pilings are on site. The land has been cleared for the new building that was destroyed by Ida. It's going to be 3,600 square feet, and this is where we store piping, valves, and other apparatus that we use on a daily basis for waterworks. Again, we are calling this kind of our, part of our Ida restoration projects, but we are taking the opportunity to kind of bolster these buildings when we put them back. So hopefully, I hope we never have a hurricane again, but hopefully if we do, that we can not have to have as much damage as we did this last time. All right, next, we want to just say congratulations and best wishes to our former procurement officer now, David Ferraro, on his retirement from St. Charles Parish. David has been a part of our team since August of 2020, and he retired this past Friday, and we're wishing him the best. Miss Brenda Campos has been working with David since January to create a smooth transition. She's coming from over a decade of experience, governmental procurement experience, from working with the City of Kenner and Jefferson Parish, so we welcome Miss Brenda Campos on board. Last but certainly not least, we want to give our monthly update on sales tax figures. January sales taxes were down about $287,000 overall, and that's about a 6.67% decrease year over year, and we will hope that trend reverses.